Alright guys, what's going on? Today we're going to be exploring some pretty good chess openings from legit, authentic chess in fantasy chess. I'm finally at a point with this game where, I'm willing to admit how good this game actually is and how it relies on real chess principles and could teach anyone chess if you don't know how to play. And so instead of just throwing stuff at the wall, this time I figured, why not go ahead and just make sure that, first of all, my stream is working. God, I do this every time. First of all, my stream. It is. I just checked Twitch. Stream is totally working. But I figured, why not go ahead and just make these presets with the openings as they are. So what do we have? Right here we have, this is the Catalan opening, and it's a little bit far into the opening, so a lot of times you check a chess opening, you only see 2 or 3 moves into the game tops. That's kind of the definition of it, and then you look at the description and you look at the historical context, and you can see how these openings will play out once your opponent gets the chance to respond and as the game goes on. But these openings are there for a reason. They're very popular, they're very powerful. Like I said, this one right here is the Catalan opening. You'll notice the 2 rooks have kind of come into conjunction with one another. I have the king positioned safely, kind of like castled behind this wall of pawns. You'll see the bishop right there. I do have a bishop on a light square, and I do have a bishop on a dark square. So this is real chess that's happening here, guys, and I still have 10 points to spare in terms of picking out a unique character. So I will do that before we get started. This right here is it's really becoming one of my favorite openings. It's not necessarily the most popular one because it's kind of like juggling. It's very easy to drop the ball with this Larsen bird attack. And I'm actually going to switch over to my internet browser real quick just to show you guys what I've been working on. So let me switch over to that. So I just showed you guys the Catalan opening. Like I said, we had the rooks come into conjunction. The king was castled safely. This is a real match between Jeffrey Zong and Wesley So. It looks like it was in 2017 and in St. Louis, USA. We are kind of following White's lead here. The thing about these openings is a little confusing, is sometimes that they can go for either black or white depending on your commitment to the opening. But a lot of openings are specific to one side or the other. This one seems to be more flexible than that. The Catalan is known to be a very flexible opening. It combines the kingside fianchetto right there with pawns d4 and c4. Okay, so instead of a direct kingside attack, you have long-term positional pressure on their side of the king. And once you get into position where all the defenses are out, you could actually create a pawn storm right here that forces a lot of these pieces on the right hand side of the board to come off. So the Catalan, super opening, and you can actually super popular, and you can actually look at the popularity over time on chess. Really cool feature. They actually tried to track the popularity of these openings, and you can see that this Catalan is sorely underused. Only a few people really know how to make good use of it. I really do wonder how these statistics are put together. Very curious. Okay, so that is the Catalan. Next we're going to be checking out the Nimzo Larsen bird attack. And this is the opening that's possibly even more rare than this Catalan, if you can believe it. It almost definitely is. But it's just as flexible and really throws a human opponent for a loop. A computer will always calculate the right answer, but human opponents don't know what to do with this. So let's take a look. The Nimzo Larsen attack. Looks like Wikipedia really has this down to a science, and they are not mentioning the bird attack. But really, this opening right here, or as it comes to be a little bit closer here, it was born to have the bird attack built into it. Because, I mean, look at this. You've got the left-hand side, but the right-hand side is really where you start to see, like right there. That's a bit of a bird attack right there. And you'll also see some Indian defense structure along with it. That King's Indian, just missing a pawn up top. Really not needed. Really not needed. That pawn is there for show in a lot of openings with the English. Here we're looking at a London system for black to respond. D5, bishop f5, knight to f6, e6, c6. Okay. Definitely black will always have, no matter what opening you choose, guys, there's always going to be a response, and you're always going to be put into check. Maybe not directly with the queen at first, but you will be put in check. Okay. So, heading back, let's take a look at our game one more time. Let me bring that back up. Cool. And let's get in there and let's finish up this lineup. Alright, so the Catalan. 10 points remaining. Guys, this is exactly how the Catalan should be set up. Obviously, we do have a third rank to deal with in Ultimate Chess. You guys will get used to it. I promise you, this game, even if it has one small difference from the game of chess, it's going to be so familiar, you won't even know what's going on. That having been said, there are going to be a lot of very new characters for you to make use of, but you will be impressed. You will honestly be impressed with how far this game has come. I mean, just even on the basis, the surface, this game is amazing. I got a little information bubble. Okay, that's cool. So I have 10 points to spend. Part of me really wants a mage, because the thing about the mage that's so useful is it's so useful. I mean, really, if you had this in chess, no game would ever be fair. But I guess I could say that about any piece. The mage, once you drop it on the board, say I put it here. If the rook tries coming to bash forward, or the knight comes trying to bash forward, pawn attack, pawn storm on my king side, and it starts to get really hairy, all you have to do is drag the mage over to the knight, or the king rather. You lose your turn, but the king switches places with the mage, just like that, in an instant. And it's so useful because the pawn storm is they're gonna stop. They're not coming for this. They don't care about this. They care about this. And as long as you reserve the right to switch them out, I mean, it's over. You know, this game just got a whole lot harder. I could fill in the blanks with checkers, which is probably what I'm gonna have to do. Checkers are kind of meant for sacrifice, but they can still capture if the square is available for them to jump over the pawn, capture it, and then jump into the adjacent diagonal square only. I think we have a lot of opportunity to make good use of the checkers here. Even just putting it here, because this knight is going to come up 2 squares and then over 1, so that would make this square right here where he would land available. So I'm going to put that there. And then thinking about how this would all pan out, honestly, I don't see a point to even, like, it's 50-50. It's 50-50. I would say putting it here, though, gives it a little bit more oomph, because it could also take the center if it wanted to. Alright, guys, so that's the Catalan opening. It's all ready for us. We're going to be using it in a game to come up. This right here is the Nimzo Larsen bird attack. And so for the bird, what we want to do is just take another quick look at that opening. Let's go back. I just want to make sure that I don't leave anything on the table. Bird opening. Images. Yeah. Yeah, so this is all we have to do right here. We just have to put a knight out on F3 and surround it by pawns. Alright, let's go back. Looks like I was very close, but that right there is a little bit closer to what we want. I can't get it exactly how I want. Like, realistically, these 3 pieces should be out one more square, and then I could really call this the bird's opening. But I think it might be as close as it's gonna get. Alright, to be honest with you. Looks like we've already fianchettoed the bishop. We have knights on different squares. We could get another bishop because we have a dark squared bishop and we need a light squared bishop. It looks like one of the defining features in the bird attack is actually to get this, to get a bishop to go ahead and do this, to cut a long diagonal up the middle, and also be on a light square. So that kind of just leaves this for right now. Yeah, I think this is as close to the Larsen bird attack as we're gonna get here, and that does leave us 7 points. 7 points to spend. 7 points to spend. Gosh, if I could just have one more point, I could get the mage onto the board. I could just give up a pawn and replace it with some checkers here. You know, honestly, I think that doing that here would be a good move. Because now that, if I don't move this checker, my queen is protected. It's kind of like a pin if anything's vulnerable. If he takes this checker, I take. And I can also move it out of the way easily. Let's get that mage onto the board, guys. I just can't play... I can't afford to play a game without a mage because... it honestly has saved my butt so many times before. And then I can put a checker, one more checker, and then we're maxed out. We'll go ahead and we'll protect the mage here because this checker could move diagonally. He's protecting on the side. Alright, this queen could gain some traction if I put it right here, but it's vulnerable. If he sends out a bishop and somehow finds a way to protect that bishop, the diagonal is open. So I can work with that. You know, the lack of queen development is something that you can use to apply pressure, not necessarily a bad thing from the jump. Alright, let's take one last final look at our presets. Catalan, looking good. Nimzo, Larsen bird attack, whatever you want to call it, looking good. And this was something I was doing before. You'll see a lot of custom pieces on the board. We got the bomb, guys. You got to try the bomb. And then one thing I was going to do before the end of the video is we're actually going to pick out a random opening. We're going to pick out a random opening and we're going to make it. We're going to play that. If I get any Twitch chat, I'll follow the Twitch chat. You guys can let me know. We're going to look down a big list of all official openings, and we're just going to pick one. No stress. Let's start out with Catalan. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to do ranked. We're gonna start with the hard mode on CPU, guys, because that's just kind of what I want to do. yeah, there's really no point in going public matchmaking until I get a good hold on my lineup, because you know that's what everyone else has already. They're fully aware and fully understanding of their lineup. Catalan on hard mode, ready to go. Guys, I'm telling you, this game is fun. I know that was a whole lot of breath for a video game, but this game is just too much fun. Alright, he's got a ninja. These ninjas can move forward like 4 squares. And they can move forward through a pawn, so that pawn is not blocking the ninja. There's also probably a ghost on the board, because I don't think that... Yeah, he didn't even... I don't know what this grave symbol means. Like, that might mean there's a ghost on the board, to be honest. How can we get him sweating immediately? How can we get him sweating immediately? If I take care of this bishop, his knight might not be able to get there in time. But that having been said, pulling out the queen piece is pretty hard from the... It's a hard sell from the jump. But I do feel like we need to do more here. Yeah, I just feel like we need to do more. Let's take center board. 1 square with the ninja. Okay, so that's not good, because it puts my pawn in check. That's why I didn't necessarily jock out the queen piece right away. How can I defend that square? Tough, man. I picked the one... Actually, it is defended. I have a rook on it. I have a rook on it. That's good. What I could do even... I can't forget that I have that mage. So, one thing to keep in mind, guys, is when you get a pawn up the board, let's say here, where it's out of the way of any immediate trouble, if you can fit in 2 moves before he responds, you could get the mage out there, and then you could trade that mage for the queen, and then all of a sudden you have a queen way up the board. Oh shit. Oopsies. Okay. So, yes, let's go queen here. Probably didn't have to do that because of the rook that was on it, but I got scared, guys. Got scared. We need to make some sacrifices here, and we gotta do it quick. Let's give him a choice. Let's give him a choice. He retreated. We're gonna leave that there for pressure purposes. We're gonna bop out. We're gonna take care of that bishop. Okay, he blundered. That was just a straight up blunder. We're about to find out if he has a ghost. We really are. I can't take this pawn because he'll come over diagonal with that ninja. I can't take this pawn because he'll come over diagonal with that ninja. I can't even take that pawn. I can take 1 pawn, and it's this one right here. And I'm not sure that's a good idea because it really just puts me in a bad position. So let's threaten that pawn with the queen, but retreat. God, he keeps making these small moves with the ninja. It's just throwing me off. It's really throwing me off. Okay. Right now I'm safe because if he goes any which direction, I will get him. Even this checker here is covered because of the horse. He's just threatening. He's just threatening, guys. I can threaten that pawn now even more, but he'll come backwards and take me out. So that's no good either. I'm still just threatening, guys. I'm still just threatening. That needs to be left there. A horse off the side of the board. There's always been better. I've found that horses on the side of the board, there are worse moves to be made. And look at that, guys. I mean, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and trade this horse right now because I'm not too worried about. Like, that's a good trade. locked in, guys. This is important stuff. So this pawn right here is still covered. So I am going to actually sacrifice. No, hold on. What am I doing? I can't do that. Yeah, I almost went for my own piece. Come on, John. Let's do this. We're just gonna intrude. You can take all the center space you want. You can take the good boy center. Ah, I forgot. I was within range, guys. The ninja, no. Oh, I blundered. I blundered. Ah, dang it. Alright, 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 alright. What are we gonna do here? Oh boy. Yeah, I am not ready for these ninja moves, guys. I gotta do what I gotta do, so. Even this is it's threatening, because I can't do that, he'll just take me out. Ah. Hop in the pony, hop in the pony. Hop in the pony. What can I do? What can I do? I can... Oh! Bishop? Bishop here. Pressure, 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 pressure. Ghost! There it is! You guys heard that? That was a ghost. Look, now the grave marker is active. Lets you know with this green aura that a ghost is on the board. This game is so cool, guys. It is so cool. I mean, even just the design on this castle. I love being here. I love being here. Alright. Ah, Jesus, guys. It's just not easy. I've got to get this rook out, and I hate making multiple moves to do that, but I don't know what else to do. Shit. He didn't take my horse. Now he did. Alright. Well, there goes that. Okay. Guys, this game is getting away from me. It definitely is. He hid the I mean, I could put him in check, you know, there's that. Oh, jeez. Oh, he checkmated me. He did. Ah. Alright, guys. I mean, you know, with the Catalan, listen, I'm disappointed. Alright. I'm willing to accept my defeat. I earned that, or didn't earn that. You know. It happens. It's all about just keeping going. I don't know why I'm not connected. You know, I did not earn that. I blundered. I made a terrible blunder. Let's try one more time, guys. I'm not giving up so easily. First things first. I have a new lineup to deal with. These are these These are these pieces that move one square at a time, but capture like a rook. Capture like a rook. So this thing was set up and built upon my own layout that I built. I can give him some choices to make with this knight up front early. And he knows that. That's why he moseyed on over. I do see one threat that I am gonna make. He opened up the queen. Okay, he opened up the queen, which is not great. I can knock that queen out with just a pawn though, and that's what I'm gonna do. He comes all the way over. Interesting. Let's lock it out. Let's lock it out. That checker might have to stay there now at this point. Can't fianchetto the bishop. Yeah, we've got to take care of that issue early. I need that checker to go one square, and then one square again. I need to hop in the pony, too. Yes, yes, now we're talking. Okay. I'm surprised he didn't just take, but I guess I do have a queen there. He is trying to take with this. I can't get out of here fast enough, honestly. But I do see something available to me. We've got to get this horse safe. And the only real way I see to do that is to put this checker over here and immediately get the queen out. It's threatening with that rook, threatening. I'm not worried about him coming down, especially if I move this checker out of the way. Alright, very good. Let's just hope he doesn't have a ghost. I think this means there is one on the board, though. I have one piece available to me, and then if he doesn't move that mage, I'm taking the mage. I wouldn't be surprised to hear the ghost start moving too soon. Yeah, you gotta go. Wow, I can't believe he let my knight slide. I still have not developed these rooks at all. I'm still, you know, I still have this great defense, but it's not earning me any points. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip the script. That's what the mage is great for, guys. It's for flipping the script. Alright, now, all I have to do to counter that is just move up one pawn. If he takes my mage out, guys, I'm not worried about it. Oh, hello, buddy. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, so, here's what I'm gonna do. I need to kill you, by pretty much any means necessary. Oh, buddy. He just messed up everything what I was doing. Oh, now I'm not so sure about that mage being moved being a good idea. I have to switch it back with a pawn. Crazy. Well, now if that ghost moves out of the way, I'll take him out. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got the mage out of the way, now I'm getting the ghost out of the way. Worthy trades. I'm still up by 17 points and some change. I can't take him. That's a bishop. The rook will just take. I can push up with the square because of the horse coverage. And he is threatening that, saying, you know, go ahead and do it, because go ahead and take him out with this, because he would open up this, knock out my bishop. So I think the best thing for me to do is to use the bishop, but I can't. I could call his bluff pretty easily. I don't see why I wouldn't just take him out. Like, that's not gonna be a problem. Question is, do I hit this rook with the bishop, or do I hit this bishop with a pawn? And, you know, trick questions like this, I often find that the least likely answer is the correct one in chess. And this is my F column. So opening that up is right there with the king. I don't want to do that. I think it's time to hop in the queen. I really do. Alright, so you want to put me in check. Not a problem. I have a horse. Hey, what? Oh, I can't use the horse? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Hey, if he brings that rook down, I'm in big trouble. I'm in big trouble. Jeez. Things are about to happen really quickly here, guys. That's not mine, is it? What the heck? Oh, that was a fake king. He had a jester. I didn't even notice that. Alright. Yeah, let's just take out that. He is in full preservation mode here, guys. Full preservation mode. Let's just roll it out here, because these guys cannot take diagonally. They can't. More pressure. Do we do more pressure? Bishop here. Makes sense. And now he had a bishop in front of me that I didn't even see. Oh, Come on, John. 39 seconds. 39 seconds. A double bishop action. I mean... How can he do that? The king is in check. Alright, whatever. The one thing I respect about this game big time is that I tried coding my own game of chess in Rust. I have a legit Rust server that is based around the theme of chess. You can join it anytime you want. Go on Rust, look for modded servers, and search up the chess realm. It might be empty, so click the show empty button. Guys, the rule validation code for the game of chess is ridiculous. En passant, castling, very difficult things to code out mathematically, very difficult. Oh jeez. I feel like I'm gonna blunder this game, guys. I feel like I will.
Bloop, bloop. Bloop. Bloop, bloop. What? Bloop. What? Bloop. Bloop.
Which is a shame because I had everything going for me. I don't understand for 1 second how this isn't. I know it's not checkmate because I don't have him in check. At the same time, like, it's all coming down right here, right now.
What? Bloop, bloop.
There's so much tension over here. I think I need to utilize the checkers, honestly.
Bloop, bloop.
It's just like a lost side quest, like 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. 3, 4, yeah, oh my gosh. This is nuts. I need to use the mage, the mage, the mage. Aha, I've got it, I've got it. Mage here. Oh no, I meant to do 1 square over. I meant to do 1 square over.
Bloop, bloop.
Alright, one way or another, guys, this is gonna force a trade. I know that.
Bloop, bloop.
I don't understand how that's not a win. I really don't. I think this is a glitch, honestly, on CPU mode. I'm not too worried about it, guys. Let's just finish the game.
Bloop. Bloop. Bloop, bloop.
Oh, why you wouldn't just take?
Bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop.
Trying to think where the most protected square is for me to put this guy, and the sad part is it's probably right where it is. Oh, that's fair, that's fair. I think once I take out this last piece, let's box him in a little bit here, step by step.
Bloop.
Yeah, yeah. That's not good for me. Come on.
Bloop, bloop.
Okay, finally, he blundered. It went to stalemate, guys, because I killed the king. And the rule validation dropped off a little bit. I call that a victory. Especially since I hung in there. Stalemates are super common in chess, so please don't get discouraged. You will probably spend like half of your first year playing chess, or some amount of time when you get into chess, just really struggling with stalemates, because what a stalemate is it's when you cut off all of the legal moves that your opponent can make, including a pawn. So let's say you have the king totally boxed in. If they have a single pawn on the other side of the board they can move, that's not a stalemate. They have to move that pawn. So you can do that. It's just very risky, because the moment that pawn doesn't have a move, it becomes a stalemate because your opponent has no legal moves. It's very easy to fall into. And the unfortunate thing is you're not really allowed to call that a victory. You're not really allowed to call that a win. It's not. Chess was designed to go down to that very last measure where, you know, not only do you have to box them in, you have to get in there with the correct square to checkmate and win the game. It's the only way to win the game. Either that, forfeit, time running out, stuff like that. On the lower levels of this game, the time will run out eventually, and you can win a, like if I go on versus CBU, go very easy mode, they've actually coded in forfeits. They've coded in resignations and time expirations as well. You know, I really have to give super credit developers of this game. Regardless of anything, it's fun. Let's test. All right, guys, we're gonna test the Catalan in a real match. If I get one, hopefully I get one. I had one earlier, a match acceptance. But I didn't accept it because I wanted to test out my skills on the CPU. It was a test, all right. You just wait the minute and 11 seconds or whatever. Check Twitch chat while I'm doing it. No Twitch chat yet. Man, what's the matter? You guys don't like fantasy chess? Come on, fantasy chess is cool. Alright guys, that's as much time as I'm willing to wait. Oh. Alright guys, so in that case we're gonna switch to the Nimzo Larsen bird attack. Nimzo Larsen bird attack. You'll notice that the only three pieces that are outside of the realm of chess are one checker, and one mage. Everything else is legit chess. And what we've got is the King's Indian structure right here, vaguely. If these pieces are able to set out, we have two knights on different color squares, two bishops on different color squares, two rooks, king, queen. I have a lot of faith in this opening. Not just in real chess, but also now. So let's take a look and see how this all goes down. They're giving me copycats. A lot of pawn sacrifices to make. So that means just develop as normal. Let us do the following. Checkers take the center of the board. Right there. See now? Look at that. Y'all don't think I'm gonna take over this checker? I don't care if it's forced. Goodbye. Alright. Ah, already have a jester in check. That's a fake jester. Hopefully the game doesn't glitch out again like it did last time. I don't know. Maybe that's something I missed out on. Maybe killing the king is allowed in this game, and it will go to stalemate. Like that's like a draw offer. You know, in chess, there's ways to force a draw or offer a draw. You can decline it, go for the win. It doesn't matter. But these copycats are hard because they move like a rook, 2 at a time. I still need to take the good boy center. I shall do that. Okay, alright, alright.
Hey.
Wow, blunder.
Hey.
Blunder. Hey, what's going on here? Why can't I... That's my pawn. Bro. What the... Oh, I can't do it because the king would be in check. Oh my gosh. Alright, well let's, Okay. Wow. Significant pressure. I do see one attack available to me. I'm gonna have to pressure him too if I want to win this. Just gonna go here. It's time for these bishops to come out. Smart move, my man. Smart move. Save the ninja. Take out the mage. Looks like there's a ghost on the board, guys. I think that's what that tombstone means. I really do. Alright. There's a strong chance I get pinned in. A strong chance I get pinned in if I take that copycat. Not much available to me right now. I think it's just important that we have... Like, I wish I could castle. God, that would be so cool. I think it's really important that we get these pieces developed. So I'm going here. I'm going here. Now I have a rook defending my rear flank. And now I have this pawn pinned. If anything happens to that pawn. The ghost just moved. The ghost just moved. Alright, so if his king was actually here, it means it's in one of these 5 squares. Either... He wouldn't be in this square. He wouldn't take cover. He wouldn't take cover. He would move here. He would move here. And also he would probably definitely move here. I don't know if any of it's worth calculating right now because... Yeah. I guess I can just work on this King's Indian structure a little bit. Alright, I do see less of a chance of getting boxed in now. But I do still see one. Unfortunately, there would be no escape. If he even just moved this pawn up 1 when I took it, it would be really, really bad. And then that ninja back there too, really struggling. What can I do? What can I do? I'm gonna open up a hole. Sacrifice the bishop.
Bloop.
He sacrificed the rook. He didn't want that pawn there. The ghost! Not the ghost. It's like no point, because I know that's not the king. So there's no point in that check. He didn't even take out my one thing. Another sacrifice? I don't know, guys, if I'm on the right page or not. Looks like wasn't too bad of a move though. What I can do is apply significant pressure with a retreat. Right about here. Right about here. Double the bishops up. That's always good. I've got a fake king. Testing my real queen. Fake king, real queen. Let's pin him. Oh god, I hate that noise so much.
Bloop, bloop.
Hey.
Bloop, bloop. Meow. Meow.
Not much in the way of a move for me at all.
Hey.
Meow.
Hey.
Okay, and my horse is dead. Whoa, what just happened? Is that another blunder, another glitch? Oof. Yeah, Boyo missed a step. I don't know if he clicked the wrong square or what, but he did not take out my knight. Okay. Let's just defend the knight. I killed the ghost. Okay, so guys, I misclicked. And okay, this game is getting absolutely bizarre. I know he can't take that because of the knight. And now I can just eat. He blundered the ninja. He blundered the ninja, and then just let's lock him out. Oh no. Okay, so alright, no, we're good. We're stalemate. Oh, dang it, guys! I was just explaining it to you. I should have left the jester. He was the lone pawn. That was the breathing square, and I took him out. Ah. Alright, guys. So we learned two things. Number one, stalemates are easy to get into. Number two, the Nimzo Bird Larsen attack is effective in Chess Ultimate. And that is really cool. The hard CPU mode is a pretty good reflection of public matchmaking. There's human errors, there's blunders, but in general, it's still a good game. here I am, I legitimately stalemated, and it's disappointing, but let's claim our quests and get my gems. And we're gonna try that Nimzo Bard, Larsen Bard attack. Nimzo Bird Larsen attack is what I meant to say. We have a game! We're gonna get right into it. We're gonna get right into it. Against Exo. Hey, hey, hey. Wow, this defense is crazy. Alright, cool. Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing? Alright, is it my move first? It's my move first. We're gonna take the good boy center. I deserve that. I deserve that. I deserve that. Gosh, that is a good setup, isn't it? I don't think I stand a chance. Hop in the pony? Have mercy, please? God, he's gonna come over for my rook. He's gonna come over for my pawn. He could even... No, he's a bishop. He can't do that. Goodness gracious, that was a good move too. Even though I have protection. Alright, he sacrificed the bishop. Alright, and I can threaten like a fianchetto here. Come on, come on. Let's think. That rook is blocked in there. I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm gonna mage this rook.
Bloop, bloop.
This is high level chess ultimate. This is literally high level chess ultimate, guys. We're playing at least 5 steps ahead in a game that doesn't even make sense to most people. This is really, really cool stuff. We're gonna hang that pawn because I'm safe there. Oh no, I wasn't safe there. All right, well, I mean, I have retaliation available, but I'm surprised he hasn't just sent that rook. It's on my mind too, but I don't know if I'm gonna have the capacity for it necessarily. Oh, and he's got another queen. Thumbs up to you, buddy. Hey, whoa! I lost connection. No, bro, what? Yes, reconnect, please. Sorry, buddy. Okay, how much time do I have? 30 seconds.
Bloop.
Okay, I can't afford to risk anything. Ah! Fianchetto the queen. Doesn't even make sense. Oh, God. That checker can save me. Oh, he blundered the queen. Yes! That's gonna help out a lot.
Bloop.
Here. We can force him to move. We can do all kinds of stuff here. the number one thing I'm concerned about is protecting my knight. So what I need to do is go right here with the queen. He has no attack. He has no attack available aside from that rook. This is gonna do a great job cutting off that him. I can forget about that horse for right now. We've got that. He moved forward. A whole lot of threatening going on right now. Not a whole lot of action. Just take out the knight. Those rooks are going to be so devastating to try to get a checkmate. That's almost a forced draw right there. I got to give him a lot of props for that. I do not know how those rooks are going to pan out. Alright, I have a forced move here. I'm not too worried about it. Especially because that helps protect my rook. So those checkers come in handy, guys. For 1 point, you can, get the job done. Goodness gracious, I need my back rank to be working for me. Alright, cool. Just take. We'll figure it out all later. Okay. Now I'm legitimately getting a little bit closer to not knowing what to do. For sure. I'm not gonna lie. Getting a little bit closer to not knowing what to do, but I have options available to me. Alright, that was a good move. That was a really good move. He put me in check. The whole business. Oh man, mage. Actually, no. Crap. Guys, he put my king in check. This is really bad. My king's exposed. I know for a fact that this flips the script. So guys, I have to go for it. I'm gonna be in big trouble, but if he does take this, I think I'm gonna have some recourse available to me. That's check, that's fine. No, it's not fine. Shit. My only move available to me again. This is bad. He's got me cornered really hard. I didn't get to his defenses in time. Can I force a draw? Can I do that? I don't know. I was doing really well against him too, you know? Yeah, thumbs up to you too. Just bash in there. Just get him out. This is what we have to do. Smart move, the only move. Okay. least I got one check on the board.
Bloop.
Yep, smart move there. This forces a decision to be made, which is really good. I think.
Bloop, bloop.
Okay. And just like that, he has one rook remaining.
Bloop, bloop.
One rook and one pawn and one queen remaining.
Bloop.
Yep, there goes him. Got all my stuff on white squares. If I give up that queen, I'm toast. Come on, baby, come on.
Bloop, bloop.
Always show that respect, guys. Always show that respect for your opponent, even when you don't know about this, that, or the other thing. Like how the game is gonna pan out. You never really know. Let us not even waste that move. Where's the chat box? Normally I could chat. There used to be a chat box. Tell this guy good game. Wow, so I have the option to take out the rook. I have the option to do that. I've got a lot going for me here, but the stakes are still super high. Got a lot going for me.
Bloop.
That was indeed a very smart move on his part, and that does give me some pretty significant choices to make, as he's going to be working to box me in. His remaining queen, pawn, and rook.
Bloop, bloop.
Alright, I hear you.
Bloop, bloop. Bloop.
Okay, that is good that went my way. I'm not gonna lie, guys, that is big. Yes, let's go! Let's go! Hey, dude, good game, man. Good game. I know you're not watching this. I know you're not listening, but I had a blast, bro. I you know, chess gets harder as it goes on. It's easier in some ways at the start, especially once you learn some openings. But as pieces come off the board, you would think it gets easier. It doesn't. It gets harder for some reason. There's more possibilities, not less. And the Nimzo Larsen bird attack, I am finding to be highly effective in Chess Ultimate. You do need to fit in at least 2 or 3 of those, you know, unique characters so that you can steer the game how you want it. These openings, if you put in all the pawns, bishops, rooks, everything, queen, king, it'll leave you with about 15 points to spend. But what you get in return is time-tested chess strategies that they have no option but to work in your favor. The defenses, the walling off with pawns, even the usage of checkers if you want to kind of think of it that way, you know, in terms of being a chess piece, if you will. These are the things that are foundational to your success in chess, is just having good structure and good understanding of what makes the game tick. And what I love about Chess Ultimate is that, you know, this game reflects all of that. It really has embedded all of the same chess mechanics, but you get this game that's extremely fun to play. You know, blunders still happen. You know, not every game is going to be perfect, but, you know, can I say I'm having a lot of fun. Alright, I do have one more thing I want to do with you guys before I call it a day for today. First thing I'm going to do is just check to make sure this stream is still working, guys, because honestly, I never know. First thing I'm going to do is just... Yes, it is still working, 100%, 100%. So what I want to do, guys, is I actually want to pick out an opening with you. I'm going to pick out an opening with you, and we're going to create our own Chess Ultimate experience. Okay. Let me go to the chess openings page. Okay. Now let me turn on the display capture. Okay. Here we are. We're on chess.com. Just make sure this is working. Capture. Here. Yes. Here we go. So we have 120 openings listed on chess.com. That's basically to say there's not unlimited openings in chess. Pretty much everything that can be defined in the first 3 moves has already been defined in roughly 120 openings, at least the ones that are listed on chess.com. You can also search by popular openings. You'll get this list here. You know, popular does not equate to effective, as you guys know. So what I really want to do is take a good look at this list, the all openings list, and come to a good conclusion with you guys under the premise of Chess Ultimate. What would work best? And we have some really cool stuff listed out here, guys. I mean, the Birds opening, you saw what we played. It's defined by that one winging pawn over on f4. But there's much more than that, guys. There's much more than that. I want to start from the last page. And I want to go with that, because we got some really good stuff here. King's Indian Averbach variation. Wow, that is really cool. The Sicilian Defense Classical Richter Rauser variation. Yeah, but the thing is that the bishop is depending on a horse to have hopped out here, so I'm not going to select that one. There's too much contingent upon my success. In fact, I'm not going to select anything that has a horse next to a bishop. Dutch defense actually looks good. We might have to do the Dutch defense, guys. BOGO Indian defense. How about that? Buy one, get one. Queen's Gambit declined. Pseudo, I can't pronounce that defense. Yeah, no, this one makes a lot of sense to me because we're taking the center, threatening a single piece, and it just forces something to be figured out in the center right off the top, which is good. When you can force your opponent to figure something out and they're not they're not prepared for what that brings, you got a good chance of winning. The Pirc defense, classical variation. How about that? How about the Pirc defense? Wow, I like this one, guys. We've got space to work, but we've got threats all the way through. You're not careful in this defense. The horses are taking the center 100%. Alright, I see too much bishop on horse action. The Grunfeld defense. I've heard good things about this one. I like how we're threatening them, but they're not threatening us with anything more than a pawn that'll get stuck. It does depend on a knight to be pulled out in order to create the setup, but in all of these, we're not. I think, did the Pirc defense have a horse out? Yeah, it did. Alright guys, let's keep looking a little bit more. This is really good information. Closed Sicilian defense, Grand Prix attack. This guy hasn't even hopped any. I'm taking this one just because it's an outlier. No bishops and no knights have been moved yet. Exchange variation. The Roy Lopez opening. I think I tried this one before. It didn't really work out for me. The piano game, huh? Interesting. Normal King's Indian. We've got the horse with the pawn cap. That is normal. I don't understand, like, this is not enough to work off of. Pterodactyl defense. Now there you go. Alright guys, I honestly, I think I pulled the one I want to use already. I just need to look through the couple that we did. Petrov's defense, Slav defense, King's Gambit, London system. I can't do that in this game. The Danish Gambit. Defined by offering up not just one but two pawn sacrifices to fianchetto the bishop. I mean, I don't think that's really gonna pay off in this game because the Danish Gambit relies on everything else being equal, and this game does not have everything else being equal. So when he takes those two pawns and a line opens up, if he has a sniper here, it's not gonna matter. I'm losing. King's Fianchetto, I love it. I love the Fianchetto, so useful. Symmetrical English. Symmetrical English. The symmetrical English does work in Chess Ultimate, guys, but I've already tried it and used it and shown it multiple times. The English opening is super effective against beginner players. Let's see if I can show what that looks like. No, okay, so I don't know why they do this. They only show the first two moves on this diagram. The idea that you would do is then probably hop in the bishop, the horse, the knight, just to get some attack going, because this pawn is now hung. And then you would also then, after the knight, you would move f to f4, and you would move the knight on g1 to g3, or excuse me, f3, and you would end up with a very symmetrical looking defense. And it's very basic, but you'll see the popularity is just massive because of the fact that it is a good defense and it opens up a lot of doors. I've already used it. I just wanted to point that out. Old Benoni. That's cool. Let's check this out. Do they show me Doesn't show me any further variations. It's just a gambit. That's what I don't. So they say defense, you know, and I get it. This is your defense as black. Take d4. But where does the game go from here? All right, wait. Here's something in the comments. Let's take a look. There we go. Hey, now we're talking. So you take on d4. Then the queen takes. That's when the knight comes out and you can retreat, which is very important. The bishop threatens the knight. No risk. The knight comes out. That's a blunder. Yeah, that's a blunder. I mean, why would you do that? This is just some random comment. Here we go. Let's try this. That's not even the same defense. Here we go. Yeah. Here's a little bit better. I think this is a little bit better. 1082 versus 1045 VLO. Looks a little bit better. But it all starts with this rush onto d5 and c5. And that creates this hung pawn structure. I like it. I'm not gonna lie, I like it. I do like it. Problem is that all the pawns come out at once. And it doesn't do enough from the back rank to begin. It doesn't do enough from the back rank to begin. All right. This one's good. The Dutch defense is definitely good. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the classical variation of the Pirc defense, which is almost like a variation of the English defense. Obviously, different category, but what we do have is the same pawn over knight structure, and if he comes down here, he takes that pawn, which is a little bit crazy to me. It's a very popular defense, though. Well, relatively. This one, there's just so much taking. I think I'm going to try to work in the Pirc defense, guys. That's it. It's settled. Alright, turn off this. Get back to the game. And so the Pirc defense is just defined by getting those knights out with pawns in between them. Okay? Let us eat lettuce. And that leaves more time, that leaves more room, guys, for me to actually make some good spending decisions here. Pawn, pawn, knight, knight. 44 points we're at. Snipers, I think, are going to be useful for me in this one. I'm not going to lie. I think I want snipers. So we have Pirc defense here. Pretty much. Trying to think what it would look like from his side of the board. So if he sees the king over here, yeah, I do like that structure. There's no room for a giant squid. Can't use that. Probably bishops though, right? If we had, I was told not to underestimate the bishops, guys. I know this is fantasy chess, but I was told not to underestimate. What if, thinking about these snipers on the outer corners, they'll be able to move over, but it's like at what cost, you know? We can put in a rook, we can... Let's just keep looking. Excuse me. Parasite. Ninja.
Bloop, bloop.
I mean, yeah, the rook. Do a bunch of checkers and one rook, I mean. So, let's see. 1, 2. They're gonna jump up. That means the horse is gonna go here. And if I did put a checker here, it could actually just jump in front of the bishop, which would be a cool way of defending it, not gonna lie. And it could even go over to defend the sniper, because I think the sniper shoots over pieces. Don't quote me on that, it might not. Do I not get one for 12? I don't get one for 12. I get a jester for 10. Oh yeah, I do have one. The sludge moves in a straight line up to 2 squares and cannot attack, but it leaves goop behind that knocks out anyone who attacks behind it. Well, that's not good for my opponent because, honestly, it could do a good job of defending the king. But I'm struggling. I mean, you know, there's no point in a third knight. I know that from experience. And this parasite thing, if it can't attack, I mean, it's just support, you know? I think I am going to try to use the parasite, guys, because I could literally just wall them off. I mean, right away. And I'm going to put this bishop behind here. You'll find out. I'll explain it later on. So, my very first move is going to be to come down with this sludge. That's going to open up the bishop to go ahead and patrol the light square. He'll be fine there. He'll actually be more than fine. He'll be protected. I'm hoping my bomb can move over sludge, but if it doesn't, I'll roll it right up the middle. Screw it. Let's play. Let's play. Let's play. This is it, guys. The Pirc Defense Ultimate Chess Variation. Here we go.
Meow.
Oh my god, I can't. Oh my god. I resign. I resign. I resign. I have to fix something. I have to fix something. I thought I was gonna be slick, no pun intended, and that is not what's going on here. I just have to do that. That's it. Let's play. Let's play. Let's play. All right.
Bloop, bloop.
Start with our good boy center. Good boy center.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, bloop.
Alright, so one thing I'm noticing right off the bat, guys, is see these two tombstones right here? Very bad. That means there's two ghosts somewhere on this board, and if I tried hard enough, I'm sure I could knock them out, but right now it's just kind of useless. He's got me in check with that right there.
Bloop, bloop.
I think it's just time to hit him anyways, though.
Bloop, bloop.
Can't do that.
Huh.
Let's put his king in check.
Bloop, bloop.
That is a major check on his part. Now, if he moves, if he doesn't get coverage on this square soon, he's in big trouble. Big trouble. I have an opportunity to take out a knight, though. I understand this might not leave him any legal moves, but it's not a stalemate because he can just move a pawn. And there goes the ghost. Okay, ignore that.
Bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop.
Mhm.
Yep, that was his only legal move too.
Uh-huh.
What I'm gonna do is make sure that doesn't happen again.
Bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop.
Not sure why this. Oh, it's locked off because it's locked off. Duh. Duh.
Bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop.
Bloop, bloop.
Bloop, bloop.
Okay. Yeah, I deserve that. I deserve that. But I am in the process of making sure things go well for me. I need protection, bro. He won't take. Okay, I do have protection. He won't do that.
Oop.
I need to give him something real to worry about.
Uh-huh.
Those snipers came in handy, man. Told you. I have an idea. I think will result in checkmate. I think. Yeah, let's just get it going. Let's just get it going. I might end up losing a bishop if that ghost attacks me.
Blup, blup.
If that ghost
Blup,
attacks me, I got big problems, but... 3 squares at a time, huh? 3 squares at a time. I don't know, guys. I think I just need to go for it. At the same time, this berserker's, I'm within range. Oh boy. Alright, I'm just taking a chance. I don't know if it's gonna pay off. Oh, it was a ghost I took out. He has defense.
Bloop, bloop.
I don't have a rook. I don't have a rook.
Hmm?
That might have been a bad idea, I'm not gonna lie. That was a bad idea. That would have earned me a blunder in any other game. Really, really bad. I mean, now it's like, oh my gosh. Ugh, God, John, what were you thinking? Just put him in check, it's really all I can do. I'm gonna try to use this sludge and maybe just create a wall.
Blup, blup.
Bloop, bloop.
So that, you know, he can't just berserk into my stuff here.
Blup, blup.
Bloop, bloop.
I don't have anything too significant to go off of here. But that sludge is, it's earning me time. It's earning me time. And then if I can just get this, I think we've got checkmate. He can't go anywhere. Oh, yeah, it's forced. His pawn moves are forced.
Bloop, bloop.
That's it. Okay, so now he doesn't have any legal moves. I think those are the legit rules of chess, guys. Where, you know, even if your king is completely cut off, until mate is actually, like, achieved, you still have to keep bringing all the pieces off the board. More or less, guys, this is very accurate chess. Rule enforcement. Again, this game is fun, guys. This game is just fun. And our Pirc defense did pretty well. I mean, we had some really tough decisions to make, but in the end, I think it was obviously a great decision. Yeah, well, that about wraps it up for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. I highly recommend checking out Chess Ultimate. Please check out the Chess Realm. That's my channel. Like, subscribe for chess content, where we play all kinds of variants of chess. We have a Rust server. If you like the game Rust, you can join the server. It's all based off a book that I wrote. And I wrote a book called The Chess Realm, dealing with alternate dimensions and divine intervention and all this other really cool stuff. It's available on Amazon now. It's about $30. Every other page has an illustration. Almost every other page. Full color, and then also the ebook the Kindle version is $5 only. So check us out on Amazon. Please buy the book if you have the money. We really appreciate your support. I really appreciate your support. And until then, let there be chess. And I hope you enjoyed the show. check out Chess Ultimate. It's a great game. Have a great day, guys.